So Andrea, we're back. And in our previous segment, you alluded to the fact that you're a kidney patient. You had kidney disease. Tell us a bit about your journey with kidney disease. When were you first diagnosed?
I was diagnosed just when I was stopping doing Cirque du Soleil. It's an inherited kidney disease, so I inherited polycystic kidney disease from my father. It had affected him only at 60. So I was going for regular checkups, and the doctors were saying, oh, probably it'll affect you around 60. And all of a sudden, they said, you're in stage 4 kidney failure. I was 45. So it was devastating, because we had just signed a huge contract in Seattle, and Chicago was just about to open, and I really wanted to perform in Chicago. It's a theater city, and I was diagnosed, and like from one day to the next. Sorry, it's kind of emotional. It was devastating, but now, so I was on dialysis for 2 years, and actually it really grounded me. My whole life I was on the road, and all of a sudden I had to stay in a place, and I made a garden, and it really grounded me. And now, after I've been through this journey and having had a transplant, I can't imagine my life without it. It's such the whole thing's been a gift, and to be able to perform again after this, it's so much more satisfying. It makes me feel really alive.
So very interesting that you said PKD. So PKD, as we know, runs in the family. So hereditary component of kidney disease. And you were diagnosed at 45 on dialysis. Peritoneal dialysis, what kind of dialysis were you on?
So I chose peritoneal home dialysis. I was lucky I was able to do it at night, and I slept well with it. So really, that was a really good treatment for me. I mean, knowing that my grandfather also had the disease and died at 45 from the disease, it's just, I was so grateful to have this kind of, I don't want to say technology, but this medicine, you know, that didn't exist back when my grandfather had it. And so super grateful. And part of me felt like, even before getting the transplant, doing the dialysis for 2 years really made the transplant all the more meaningful. And also knowing that other people were going through this, and I think everything that comes with dialysis, and this is what I address in the show, I try and not make light of it, but embrace the experience of having to go through dialysis nightly, and to have to deal with all these boxes, and have to deal with the catheter coming out. And I thought it was so important to put all this stuff in our show.
Can you tell us a little bit about what it's like to be on PD, home peritoneal dialysis? What is that process like? What are you doing? How long are you dialyzing? How many days?
Okay, so peritoneal home dialysis involves doing it every single day. Now, there's 2 types of home dialysis. There's the kind of dialysis that called manual, where you have to actually put the liquid on a stand and infuse a bunch of liquid into your peritoneal, into your stomach, basically. And it has to stay there for a certain amount of time, a few hours, 4 hours, and then it has to come out. I had the option of doing it at night. So at nighttime is the same process, but it's a machine that infuses the liquid into the stomach. It stays there for several hours, comes out, and there's 4 exchanges done at night. So for me, it was around 9 hours. And with all this liquid that I was talking about, it's about 700 to 800 pounds of liquids in bags that gets delivered every single month. So people come in and help you and deliver it, and you have a big stack of boxes in your bedroom or anywhere that you have room in, and that stays there. So you get about 30 boxes every month, plus all the tubing and plastics and that come with it. And yeah, it becomes part of your life and your routine.
Was that a shock to you? Because we hear from many patients that do receive all the Baxter boxes at their home. It's like, you need a whole room or a very large closet to store. I mean, a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle change. I knew of it because of my father being on peritoneal dialysis, and he actually came to visit us once when we were performing, and so I knew about the boxes.
So Andrea, you were on nocturnal dialysis, you dialyzed at night, right? What time did you hook up, and what time was your regular routine through the night?
I prepped stuff during the day, so it would be ready at night, and I would allow myself kind of like a half hour to hook in. So at 10 o'clock, I'd stop watching a TV show we were watching or whatever, and my routine would be to, sanitize my hands and use a half hour to actually plug in. And then I was on for 9 hours. My routine was to unplug and take my blood pressure and stuff. So I was around, up around 8 or 8:30. And I mean, sometimes it might vary. If I went to bed a little bit later, I'd have to get up later. And if I went a lot later, then I'd have to get up a lot later, which that was kind of harder in a way, because it just had, I was awake and had to sit there, and that's when Wayne would maybe sometimes bring me a coffee in bed.